Hey, it's Nay, and welcome back to Nay's Little Garden and Home. So we lost 4 more pepper plants. Now this isn't like big pepper plants that looked great the last time I lost some pepper plants. These are ones that were on the fence before, so I figured they were gonna not make it, but I wanted to give them a chance. So I have taken those pots and I'm soiling them now, and we're gonna be uppotting some of the other pepper plants that I hadn't uppotted before because I thought they were too small to start up, and also possibly just because I was being lazy, and that laziness obviously saved them, because I've said it to you guys before and I don't know, I didn't take it as seriously myself, but pepper plants really don't like to be rushed into being uppotted. So you really want to let them grow a couple true leaves before you do so. So we're gonna uppot these, and I think I'm gonna actually keep these up here because some of the ones that we're uppotting were up here growing, and I'm wondering if that's also part of it. The temperature is more stable up here on the warmer side versus downstairs, as well as I have less of a pest problem up here. To be fair, it is my room, so if I see the little gnats, I'm squatting them, and I'm putting even more sticky tabs, and I'm more likely to switch out the sticky tabs more often. Although I do feel like I'm doing an okay job pertaining to switching out the sticky tab things even downstairs, but whatever. So I have 6 pots we're gonna start with here, and we're gonna uppot what I feel like is the most important ones to uppot first, and then we're gonna go from there, because the other reason why I want to uppot them is some of these are multiple in one little 6 cell tray. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm gonna uppot is these right here. I have 2 yellow monsters that I had started February 9th. It's like the 23rd or 24th of March, and I just feel like, okay, maybe these will be just fine being uppotted because they're quite a decent size and they have a good amount of leaves, and so this is gonna be uppotted. And it's gonna be pretty easy because there's only 1 per cell. Now, if I'm looking at this, you see it? That looks really good to me. Like I said, I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead. I still have the strawberries up here, and we'll see how long this video gets, but I might show them to you today in this video. If not, I'll do another video today. Showing you some of the things I have up here that look good that I'm gonna move downstairs. Because I have strawberries, I have a bunch of tomatoes that probably within the next week or two, probably 7 to 12 days, will need to be uppotted. So, because tomatoes grow, so they definitely grow quite faster than tomatoes grow quite faster than pepper plants. So look how good. Those roots actually look really good. So I'm making a pretty big divot, and I'm just putting this entire thing right into the new soil. Now, this is why, right? Like, especially when you're like a little bit on the newer side of gardening, I think it's a great idea to start extras. I really do. Because if you sit there and you break down the cost of the seeds, like specifically per seed, like you're paying anywhere from $2 to $4 per packet of seed, and you're getting anywhere from 10 to 25 seeds, I think you're gonna find worth it to just start some few extras just in case. Because even once things pop up, that's when people are like, oh, just snip it and let that thing, die off or whatever, because you snipped it off and keep one in there. You might find that you snipping off the ones that could have survived, you actually set it up for failure. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't survive, and now you're like, dang, I should have left the other ones to move on. Like I should have just up-potted all of them. Now those are my biggest pepper starts. And I feel like they're gonna be fine in these bigger pots, but I have these pots I saved from some starts I got from the nursery last year. They're cheap, but they obviously survived. So, but they're significantly smaller. Like they're like half the size, I feel like, of these big pots, but while also being double the size of each individual 6L. So I'm gonna actually put some more soil in this and put some of my smaller pepper starts in here as well, and see if that helps, because I really do think it's the amount of soil, and then obviously you're trying to water it so the soil gets wet, right? And then you do that, and then it has maybe a bit too much soil. It has to try to suck up all that moisture from, and that's where it starts to rot, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think on this. I think there's so many different things that could be part of the reason why a start, especially a pepper start, will fail. So the next thing I have here are my Pizza My Hearts. I have 3 of them that look pretty good, and then 2 Jimmy Nardello. So there's technically 3, but I really don't want to uppot this 3rd one. It popped up so late. So can you guys see? They look pretty good. I'm gonna put, I honestly have a couple of colored pots that are about slightly bigger than this one. I might go ahead and separate 1 or 2 of these into those smaller pots. I really don't want anything to fail, because I really don't want anything to fail. So let's do the Pizza My Hearts, since there's only 1 in each cell. These are the Pizza My Hearts. I got them from Renee's Garden. I was like, it's a woman's name. I got them from Renee's Garden. Pizza My Hearts, they're like a smaller pepper, so they can go in like my green stalks or not need, they don't need like a trellis to climb up. So I'm just taking time with these roots, gently putting it in. I can take the tag. See, so much smaller, and it fits, in my opinion, better in this smaller pot for now. And we'll up-pot again if I think it's necessary before I can put them outside. So we're about 5.5 weeks, literally, to the last frost, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't want to put your peppers out literally on that date, because you're looking at the nighttime temperatures. Now a couple are gonna go in closer to that date than others, because some of my peppers will be going in my polytunnel, and it's warmer in there and has been for a while. The soil has been workable for a while. I'm also gonna plant out some broccoli in there. Actually, I'm like, I have a 3rd Pizza My Heart that's really small. I'm gonna leave in there, so I'm gonna write a new plant tag. All right, the 2nd Pizza My Heart. So I've now uppotted the 2 bigger yellow monsters and then the 2 small Pizza My Hearts. I'm leaving another Pizza My Heart in that 6L because it's very small. But in that same 6L, I'm gonna take out this Jimmy Nardello. There's 3 in this cell. 1 of them is not about to make this because it's so small. Okay. The roots are actually pretty decent. I just went and took 1 of the bigger pots and separated into 2 of these smaller ones, giving this a better chance at the roots getting a very good amount of moisture without overdoing it. I already created a Jimmy Nardello plant tag. And then the 2nd one. What's also very interesting is that I've had a couple pop-ups in my bigger pots, that like my ones that I've up-potted, of other tomatoes or whatever peppers popping up. So I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I should attempt to separate those and pot them up, even though I'm not exactly sure what they are, or if I should just clip them. I'm not stressing it. I'm gonna give it another 2-3 weeks and then see, maybe not 3 weeks, maybe like another week or two, and then I'll see if my tomato plants are still doing well. Then I'm gonna, and if they are, I'll clip it. If I feel like I should try to separate it, I will. Here is a new 6L. This is my Marconi's, Pizza My Hearts, more Marconi's, and Ajvarskis. Now, if you look in the front, these two Ajvarskis, even though I started this back in February 9th, these two Ajvarskis came up so late. So I'm gonna leave, what's gonna end up happening, I'm gonna pick up these two and put it in this 6L, because I'm not gonna save this 6L for this one little plant in here. So I'm gonna, whatever needs to continue growing on will in fact have the ability to do so. Now I'm looking at these Marconi's, and I'm gonna just grab some more of these smaller pots just for safe, just to be safe. All right, so I now have 4 of these pots. I took 2 of my bigger pots, and so I think the soil basically splits evenly amongst them. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna take these. There's 2 Marconi's in one 6L. So much gently as possible, wiggle that out. This is what we're working with. I'm gonna separate this. They look okay, the roots. Tuck them in, cover them up. Okay, next one, which I'm gonna have to write a tag for this one. There are about 2 what I think to be pepper plants, I'm fairly sure they're actually pepper plants, that I don't have a tag for. Like the tag got somehow lost or something. And I'm gonna still plant them out if they make it. And it'll just be a mystery plant, and we'll see what it is. So, Marconi. Now, the next one in the same 6L is the Pizza My Heart. There appears to be 2 also in this 6L, one 6L. Okay. Wow, so this one has a lot less working with it. This one looks pretty good. I'm a little concerned about this one, but we're gonna see what happens. It's in the smaller, bigger pot, so hopefully she survives. If not, this one looks really good to me. It has 2 sets of true leaves, and then the second set is already coming in. Pretty decent. And the roots look fabulous. There we go. Let's write out Pizza My Heart. We're about to go do a good amount of stuff in the garden today. I think I'm gonna plant out my broccoli. So like I said, it's about 5.5 weeks before my last frost. Some I'm gonna plant in my polytunnel. Some I'm gonna plant outside of my polytunnel. We'll see which one does best. The goal is just to have stuff, my broccoli and / cauliflower, grow and produce ahead. The next is one that has 3, which is another belt of Marconi. Now I am gonna I don't have any more of the smaller pots, so we're gonna wing these next 2, I guess, into this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out like 1/3 of the soil I'm gonna take out a third of the soil and put it in this next pot. And then I'll only fill that other pot 2/3 as well. So it's just working also with just less soil while still being more soil than it was working with before. Actually, I kind of just did half and half between the two, which is about that. And we'll see if that actually works, because I don't have any more of the super small ones. Now the soil is kind of dry in these. That doesn't look too shabby. So everything is gonna be watered. Oh, both of these actually are pretty good roots wise. Let me put this one right here. Some Marconis. Yikes. Okay, there we go. Sometimes I feel like potting is stressful because you don't know if you just botched your plant that you just took all this time and energy to grow from seed. I do think hobbies like this, hobbies that are useful, right, outside of just mental health, is something you want to start before you actually need to start them, if you get my drift. Because how stressful would this be if I was starting these and the supply chain was already a hot mess? I'm just saying, okay, I gotta write in Marconi. That would really stress me out, right? Versus technically I could still go pick up peppers. Right now, chop them up, put them in gallon freeze bags and freeze them. Practice really does make you significantly better. Marconi, so I just do with the marker. I do also think starting with just a couple of different varieties might also work in your favor. So some reliable, so that you don't even have to be super concerned about labels. If you're doing, like, let's say 2 10-20 trays, and you split the 10-20 trays, like 2 varieties of peppers, 2 varieties of tomatoes, and you just grow a bunch of them each and keep it pushing from there. Does that make sense? The next thing are these arrows, but I'm gonna actually arrows and Ajvarsky. I'm gonna leave these alone. I'm gonna actually pop out this arrows and try to pop it into this 6L tray with as little problem as possible. Let's see if I can manage this. I really don't want to leave a whole bunch of partially filled 6L trays. They're just taking up space under my grow lights that I just don't need to be wasting. Okay, so it looks like I might have successfully done that. I'm gonna move this Ajvarsky. And all of these are gonna be watered. This pump sprayer that everybody was gassing, I fear might be worth the price. Yeah, these are gonna just dump right now. Look at this. So now I have this. Ooh, I just got that all over my floor. Free 6L. This one has one little thing left in there. That's in there. And another 6L. And I'm gonna leave this 6L and this 6L. I really feel like this arrow looks crazy. So I'm actually gonna leave this singular 6L alone and dump out. And this is why I'm getting random pop-ups, because I'm reusing the soil, guys. So now we have 3 6Ls and we're leaving 1 6L and a bunch of starts that have been up-potted. And let's water them, and then we're gonna call that success. Let me go ahead and show you the strawberry and other stuff real quick. So this is what's been up in my room. Everything looks so good and so healthy. And I come and just shake them or blow on them because they're in my room, so it's easy to get. and check on. Here are my strawberry starts. A lot, not a ton have started, but the ones that have look pretty good. So I'm gonna bring that downstairs after watering it. So that's gonna give me a lot of space on here. My Queen of the Knot and Paul Robeson looks so good to me. I think next week they'll get up potted. I'm gonna bring that downstairs. I'm basically bringing the stuff that look pretty solid to me, like they'll be okay. The Cream of the Crop Sparky XSL and the Cream of the Crop Tropical Sunset. I'm leaving this up here just because, as well as the Dwarf Stony Brook Heart. None of my Dwarf Stony Brook Hearts popped up yet, but the Sleeping Lady just popped up. So I'm gonna leave these up here. But I'm gonna take out my Amish paste and Sun Golds. Those look really good. So I'm gonna put these here and start moving the other ones onto this tray that I leave here. Very nice. My Mochi and Glaciers popped up quite late, but they did pop up, and they're gonna stay right up here because I'm gonna not baby too much that they don't succeed, but I'm partially babying them, okay? I really am so excited for my Mochi tomato plants, and you cannot pick those up, so I need them to do well. All right, moving my Jimmy Nardello on here. I'm gonna leave this Fresh Bites. They're doing so well. These are my Fresh Bites yellow pepper. I had 3 pop up originally, and another one has just recently popped up, and there's one more about to arch. 1 or 2 more about to arch its back out this soil, so I'm definitely leaving them up here. My Thornsburn Terracotta is not being that girl right now. There's still 2 that are very solid and 1 that looks okay, but 1 looks like she just flopped over. And my Paul Robeson, I'm gonna leave these also up here. I have to take one more thing out of here. Here's my Isis Candy and my Olive Shades Patio. The reason why I'm hesitant to take this out of here is because I'm also very excited for this. So I'm gonna see if I can make this work while leaving this in here. I'm unsure. Okay, if I put my 2 Marconis in the big pots downstairs, I can actually leave this in here. So that's just what I am going to need to do. I'm just shifting things around because this was not laying down properly. This is like, what is this, Jenga? Trying to get these things to fit nicely together. Okay. Slide you over here. And 1, 2. Can I slide you up? And of course, you gotta make sure stuff goes, there we go, onto the bottom, so that when I'm about to water them now, it'll be just fine. Boom. Okay. I got everything I wanted 100% on here. So this is what's gonna stay upstairs and hopefully get nice and big and strong. I'm gonna actually do a checking on my seedlings downstairs because some of them are insanely healthy looking. Like you would go pick them up at the greenhouses when they first drop them out, like when they first start selling them, so they look fresh and big and beautiful and ready. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this whole video with me. Let's talk down in the comment section about your starts. Did you do any starts this year? Are you very new? I know some of you have commented saying that you're very new to this and some of your stuff have died. Yeah, honestly, it's very unfortunate. Like, it's a struggle, right? But also, it's just to be expected. I think the best route to success is to expect some mishaps and try not to consider them failures, more like mishaps that are necessary in order to have good growth. Anyway, don't forget to hit that like button, that share button. Hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye bye.